Okay. Yeah, we've been reading from You Were Born for a Reason, chapter 4, page 4. Chapter 1, page 4. Every action has its purpose. Every action has a definite purpose. Riding in a taxi, for instance, even the quietest person speaks up without hesitation to tell the driver his destination. Otherwise, the driver would have no idea which way to go. Heading off in a direction chosen at random would be a waste of time and money. Ask someone why he is studying, and he's likely to mention a test the next day or talk about getting his license. Ask someone where she is off to, and she may say she is going shopping or out for a breath of fresh air. All our actions have a purpose. What if someone asked you the point of living? What would you answer? Certainly, life is far from easy. The modern workplace, for instance, brings its own difficulties and stresses. In her book, White Collar Sweatshop, Jill Andreski Fraser writes of new difficulties that have faced American workers during the last 2 decades, in which layoffs have become commonplace despite ongoing economic prosperity. She points out that young workers of today have little job security or guarantee of career advancement, that in midlife they are torn by the conflicting demands of work, children, and aging parents, and that in later life, despite expectations that they will be rewarded for all their years of hard work, men and women are often let go with bleak prospects for their remaining years. Why must we endure these hardships to go on living? Others may advise us to hang in there, fight the good fight, and never say die. But if they cannot offer us any clear and compelling reason to live, these words fall flat. However well intentioned, such platitudes can feel like the crack of a whip as we run in endless circles. Okay, very good. Um, so I'd like to meditate on, first of all, what does it mean to run in endless circles? And then it says these words fall flat. What are these words? Well, this is not so hard. These words means, hang in there, fight the good fight. If we say these things, especially to people who might be struggling with depression or who feel tired of living life, it's like the crack of a whip. It is well intentioned. You have good intention to say those things, but actually, it's more effective if you tell them, "I know how tired you are. Life is hard. Life is far from easy." If they have bond with the Buddha, we can even say, share with them the first noble truth. Buddha said life is suffering. Just hearing that, it brings you so much comfort that you're not crazy or nothing is wrong with you to be struggling so much in life, because it's not supposed to be easy. It's Buddha says life is suffering. We are floundering in the ocean of life, um, tumbling down and gasping for air, for oxygen. It's hard. The more we can relate to a person about the hardships they're going through, that is more encouraging than just telling them, "Oh, hang in there," or "fight the good fight." And something I'd like to add here too, it says every action has its purpose. We always like tell the taxi driver where we're going. Some people might object, saying that, well, when I had my depression, I didn't have a purpose. I just stayed home, stayed in bed. I didn't want to meet with people. I did nothing, right? Um, yeah. Actually, that's a period of recovery from hard work, from depression, whatever is we are grappling with during that phase of life. If we go through it, that's the purpose. to come out of it stronger with more understanding of what we need to shift within ourselves to come out of depression. That's the purpose. It is not, we're not just, staying home and resting, doing nothing. It's not meaningless. So even that has its own purpose. Yeah, because especially when we do soul searching, self introspection, trying to understand our situation so we can improve even a little bit. So yeah, that's if in case somebody has an objection to this part of the text. But I think the main point here is if we do not offer people a clear and compelling reason to live, and we just tell them, just keep going. People complain, oh, I don't know why I'm living. Actually, very old people, I've heard this quite a few times. I've heard them say, oh God, please take my life away. I've lived enough. They think they've lived enough because they have bodily pains and aches. And no one is offering them clear and compelling reason to live. So, yeah, if you just tell them hang in there, they're going to respond, do you want me to suffer more? Do you get pleasure from my suffering? So this is the clear and compelling reason to live, according to Pure Land Buddhism. Master Shinran, the founder of Pure Land Buddhism in Japan, said, now that I have boarded the ship of a Buddha's great compassion, now that I am afloat on the vast ocean of brightness, the breezes of supreme joy blow softly, and the waves of all woe transform into delight. So the ocean of suffering that we were talking about with all the problems, it can transform into a vast ocean of brightness once we board this great ship of compassion, Buddha's compassion. So we don't have to be floundering in the waters, cold, deep waters here anymore. We can become afloat on this vast ocean of brightness. The ocean turns into dazzling brightness once we are aboard this ship of Buddha's great compassion. And then during good times, it feels like breezes of supreme joy are blowing softly. So we become full of gratitude for everyone and everything that is supporting us. And then during hard times, the waves of all woe and tribulation and hardships transform into delight. This part is very mysterious. It takes a lot of listening to the Dharma to understand it, because it's the manifestation of true happiness. So true happiness is not when you're happy only when things go favorably. You will be happy even in adversities. Um, yeah, part of it is because of deep wisdom. We received the wisdom of the Buddha. So that deep, profound wisdom allows us to see that seeds not planted never sprout. So everything that's happening is the result of seeds I have been planting. That profound awareness and introspection and reflection transforms those waves of painfulness to the gratitude, contrition, gratitude, and joy. So we cover these things in our meetups. So have a wonderful Tuesday, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.